Dr. R. Hemavati is an assistant professor in mathematics in Queen Mary's, Chennai. She has specialized on functional analysis. Having 12 years of experience in teaching, she has won various awards for her performance. She has published papers in 14 international journals, 3 national journals, and has presented papers in 10 international and in 5 national conferences. She is also one of the editors for an international journal.
Welcome to UGC lecture series. The course is Statistical Methods 1. Now we are in session 9. In earlier sessions we have seen the random variables, continuous, discrete, their corresponding probability functions PDF, PMF, and then its cumulative distribution functions CDF, and then mean and variance using mathematical expectation, mean and variance using moments. All these topics have been dealt so far, and in this session we are going to deal with the function called moment generating function. Shortly it will be called as MGF, and the moments, since it generates moments, it is called as moment generating function. Okay. So, in this session we shall do a sum to depict the relationship between raw and central moments, which is studied in session 8. Also we will deal with the definition of the moment generating function, some examples to find moment generating function of a discrete and continuous random variable. Also some properties of MGF will be dealt. These are the things which you are going to deal in this session. So, the first illustration is depicting the relationship between raw moments and central moments. What is the question? The question is, first 3 moments of a distribution about the value 3 of a random variable x are 2, 10 and minus 30. Show that first 3 moments about the origin. In the earlier session we have seen the reverse problem. About the origin, first 3 moments were given, and about the arbitrary point were asked to find. Here about an arbitrary value 3, the values are given, and about origin you are asked to find out. Okay. And you are also asked to find out the mean of the distribution, variance, and mu 3 you are asked to prove as minus 74. Let us see how to deal with this problem. Given expectation of x minus 3 equal to 2, expectation of x minus 3 whole square is equal to 10, expectation of x minus 3 whole cube is equal to minus 30, and you are asked to show expectation of x equal to 5, expectation of x square equal to 31, and expectation of x cube equal to 141. We will have to show these values, these are the values given. Okay. So, first using the first value, expectation of x minus 3 equal to 2, we have to find out E of x. This is E of x minus 3 is equal to 2. This value implies expectation of x, 3 goes to that side, 2 plus 3 gives you 5. So, we are also getting mean is equal to expectation of x equal to 5. So, the first one is proved. Second one is you are given expectation of x minus 3 whole square is equal to 10. Expanding this x minus 3 whole square, x square minus 6x plus 9 equal to 10, and expectation of x square minus 6 into E of x, expectation of 9 is 9 equal to 10. Expectation of x, just now we have found out this is 5. So, expectation of x square minus 6 into 5 plus 9 equal to 10. Simplifying this, taking the terms to the other side, expectation of x square comes to be equal to 31. We have proved the second one also. Okay. What is the third one we have to prove? And third item, expectation of x minus 3 whole cube is equal to minus 30. That is expectation of x cube minus 9 into expectation of x square plus 27 into expectation of x minus 27 equal to minus 30, right. Substituting the expectation of x square value as 31, expectation of x as 5, expectation of x cube minus 9 into 31 plus 27 into 5 minus 27 equal to minus 30. Simplifying this, you get expectation of x cube equals to 141. This is what you are asked to find. So, we have proved expectation of x is 5, expectation of x square is 31 and expectation of x cube is 141. This is what is you are asked to prove. And the second question is show that mean is 5, that already we have proved mean is equal to 5. And then variance, variance is 6 and mu 3 is equal to minus 74. Okay. Mean is already proved. So, we have to find out only variance. Variance is mu 2 is mu 2 dash minus mu 1 dash square, which is expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. All about origin only, all these expectations are taken about origin. So, expectation of x square is 31, expectation of x is pi square, 31 minus 25 is 6. This is your variance. Variance is also proved to be equal to 6. Remaining is you have to prove mu 3 is equal to minus 74. What is the relationship between mu 3 and the raw moments is mu 3 dash minus 3 mu 2 dash mu 1 dash plus 2 mu 1 dash cube. In terms of expectation, this is E of x cube minus 3 into E of x square into E of x plus 2 into E of x whole cube. Substituting all the respective values we have found out, it is 141 minus 3 into 31 into 5 plus 2 into 5 cube, and simplifying this answer comes to be equal to minus 74. So, we have also proved mu 3 is equal to minus 74. So, this problem is over. Next we will go to the next topic. Next topic is definition of moment generating function. Shortly it will be called as MGF, moment generating function. In the further slides, MGF will mean moment generating function. So, moment generating function of a random variable x, here nothing is mentioned about the random variable nature, whether it is discrete or continuous. For both, moment generating function of a random variable x is defined by mx of t is equal to expectation of e power tx. Based on the random variable nature only, the expectation will vary. Expectation will vary as summation for discrete and it will vary as integration for continuous random variable. So, how that it goes? So, your ultimate formula of moment generating function is mx of t equal to expectation of e power tx. This is equal to summation e power tx into p of x, where x will range if x is discrete, right. If x is continuous, the summation will be replaced as integration from x is equal to minus infinity. We have to mention what as the range goes for. X is equal to minus infinity to x is equal to plus infinity, e power tx into f of x dx if x is continuous, right. So, moment generating function of a random variable x, where t is a parameter, is expectation of e power tx into p of x, and minus infinity to integral minus infinity to infinity e power tx into f of x dx, where here f of x is a PDF. So, we shall deal with some properties of moment generating function. The first property says mcx of t is equal to mx of ct, c being a constant. Here x is a random variable, random variable can be discrete or continuous, t is a parameter and c only is the constant. Okay. So, the c can be replaced with t. When it is along with x, it can be replaced with t. This is the first property. So, how to prove the first property? First property is m cx of t is equal to mx of ct. This is what you have to prove. Okay. So, take the left hand side. Left hand side is m cx of t. According to the definition of moment generating function, this is expectation of e power t into, in the place of x you are having cx, e power t into cx. All these are in the multiplication, t, c, x, everything is in the multiplication. So, this can be written as e power ct into x. So, again using the definition of moment generating function, x is alone, x is written as it is, in the place of t you are having ct. So, this is equal to mx of ct, which is your right hand side, hence proved. Okay. So, what is the second property? The second property says moment generating function of sum of a number of independent random variables is equal to the product of their respective moment generating functions. The property says symbolically, if x1, x2, etc. up to xn are n independent random variables, then moment generating function of sum of random variables. This is the sum of random variables. This is moment generating function of a sum of random variables is equal to product of their respective moment generating functions. So, mx1 of t into mx2 of t, etc. mxn of t. This is what we have to prove, right. So, take the left hand side. The left hand side is m x1 plus x2 plus etc. plus xn of t. This is according to the definition, in the place of x you are having x1 plus x2 plus etc. up to xn. So, using the definition of moment generating function e power t into, in the place of x you are having x1 plus x2 plus etc. plus xn. Okay. So, this is written as expectation of e power t x1 into e power t x2 etc. into e power t xn. Since xi's, all xi's are independent, we can write this as expectation of e power t x1 into expectation of e power t x2 etc. expectation of e power t xn, because according to the property of expectation, when x and y are independent random variables, expectation of x into y is equal to expectation of x into expectation of y. So, this is written as according to the definition, this is mx1 of t into mx2 of t etc. mxn of t. This is your right hand side which we wanted to prove. This is product of the respective moment generating functions. We shall have a break. Welcome after the break. Before the break, we have seen a sum depicting the relationship between raw moments and central moments. We have seen the definition of moment generating function, and we are dealing with the properties of MGF, moment generating function. We have dealt with so far two properties, and now the third property goes as effect of change of origin and scale on MGF. That is, when a random variable is shifted from its origin and its scale is changed, what happens to their respective to its respective moment generating function. This is what we are going to see in this session. When the random variable x is changed origin and scale, it becomes from x to x minus a by h. Minus a is the shift of origin and divided by h is the scale change. Okay. This particular random variable we will represent it as equal to u. So, we have to see what happens to this mx of t from mx of t to mu of t. What is your mu of t? Mu of t is nothing but m x minus a by h of t. This is according to the definition. In the place of x, again you are having x minus a by h. According to the definition, that is expectation of e power t into x minus a by h. Okay. So, this is written as expectation of e power tx by h into e power minus at by h. According to expectation, only x is the variable. T, a, h, everything is constants for expectation. Although we call t is a parameter, a is a constant and h is a constant, t is a parameter only, a, h are constants. For expectation, x only is the random variable, therefore, it comes the constant like e power minus at by h comes outside the random variable, comes outside the expectation. So, expectation of e power tx by h into e power minus at by h. Okay. What is this expectation stance? This is expectation of t by h into x. This can be written as e power minus at by h, expectation of e power t by h into, everything is in the product, right, I am just arranging it. This is e power minus at by h into expectation of t by h into x. This is written as m x of t by h. Okay. So, what has happened to the x? X was shifted from x minus a, the change scale was changed as h, therefore, x minus a by h. So, this is the effect on change of origin and scale. It becomes e power minus at by h into mx of t by h. So, m x minus a by h of t, this is m u of t, right, equals to e power minus at by h into mx of t by h. This is the proof where the scale is changed and origin is changed. And what is the relationship between moments and moment generating function? From the name itself, moment generating function means it generates moments. Okay. So, what does it generates? What is the formula relating moments and moment generating function? Okay. We write expectation of mx of t is equal to expectation of e power tx, and there is another formula relating moment generating function and moments. Since it generates moments, it is written as 1 plus mu 1 dash into t plus t square by 2 factorial into mu 2 dash plus t cube by 3 factorial into mu 3 dash plus etc. The general term is t power r by r factorial into mu r dash. It goes on up to infinity. This is mx of t in terms of moments. When you differentiate this particular equation with respect to t, what happens? D by dt of mx of t equal to mu 1 dash, because one differentiation is 0, plus 2t by 2 into mu 2 dash plus 3 t square by 3 factorial is 6 mu 3 dash plus etc. it goes on up to infinity. Put t is equal to 0. When t is equal to 0, all these terms vanishes because it contains t, t square, t cube, etc. it goes on. Only mu 1 dash remains. So, d by dt of mx of t at t is equal to 0 is equal to mu 1 dash. In general, mu r dash is equal to d power r dt power r of mx of t, where after the differentiation r times you have to put t is equal to 0. This gives the formula between mu r dash and the moment generating function. So, relationship between moments and MGF is dealt. There is a uniqueness theorem for MGF, that is moment generating function of a distribution, if it exists, it means moment generating function of all distribution need not exist. For if it exists, it uniquely determines the distribution. It means the corresponding to a given probability distribution, there is only one MGF provided if it exists, and corresponding to a given MGF there is only one probability distribution. There is an one-to-one function between moment generating function and the probability function. This is what is uniqueness theorem of MGF. To explain further, if the two moment generating functions mx of t and my of t are equal, it implies x and y are identically distributed, that is it must be having the same distribution. Now, we shall do a problem to find the MGF and using MGF mean and variance of x. A perfect coin is tossed twice. If x denotes the number of heads that appear, find the MGF of x, also find mean and variance of x. Okay. So, a perfect coin is tossed twice means, and x is representing number of heads, then what happens to x? X representing number of heads. When two coins are tossed, ultimately the number of heads can be 0, 1, 2. So, x values are 0, there are no heads when the two coins are tossed, both coins showing tails, means x value is 0, and one coin is showing head, another coin showing tail means x value is 1. These type of problems already we have dealt in PMF, right, and when the two coins are showing head, then x is equal to. What is the corresponding probability function? The sample space goes like h, both coins showing head, ht, th and tt. So, there are only 4 possibilities. The respective probabilities are x is equal to 0 means it is representing tt, that is only one possibility out of 4, therefore 1 by 4, and h is 1 means these two possibilities, therefore it is 2 by 4 or it is 1 by 2. Okay. 2 means this particular sample point, therefore it is 1 by 4. This is your PMF, right. And how to find out moment generating function for this? MGF. Write down the formula, mx of t is equal to expectation of e power tx, which is summation. I have to use summation because this is discrete random variable, discrete distribution. So, the x values ranges as 0, 1, 2 and the corresponding probability values are 1 by 4, 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. So, how it is written? E power t into 0, corresponding probability is 1 by 4 plus e power t into 1 into 1 by 2 plus e power t into 2 to 1 by 4 equal to 1 by 4 plus e power t by 2 plus e power 2t by 4. This is your mx of t. Okay. This is actually expectation of t minus 1 by e power t minus 1 by 2 whole square, is it so? E power t by 2. So, this is mx of t, right, and using this you have to find out mean and variance. What is mean and variance? mean is mu1 dash. What is the formula relating moment generating function and moments? D by dt of mx of t at t is equal to 0. That is d by dt of 1 by 4 plus e power t by 2 plus e power 2t by 4 at t is equal to 0. Differentiating this, e power t by 2 plus 2 times e power 2t by 4 at t is equal to 0. This is when you put t is equal to 0, e power 0 by 2 plus 2 into e power 0 by 4. So, it is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 equals to 1. So, therefore, we have found out mean is equal to 1. Next, you have to find out the variance. Variance is mu 2. Mu 2 is mu 2 dash minus mu 1 dash square, where we have to find out mu 2 dash. Mu 2 dash is d square by dt square of mx of t at t is equal to 0. And one time already we have differentiated when you are finding mu 1 dash. What is that? E power t by 2 plus 2 e power 2t by 4. That is e power t by 2 plus e power 2t by 2. This is one time differentiation. D square by dt square is 2 times differentiation. One time differentiation is taken from mean when you are finding the mean. What is this differentiation goes? This differentiation is e power t by 2 plus 2 into e power 2t by 2 at t is equal to 0. When you substitute t is equal to 0, e power 0 by 2, 2 gets cancelled and e power 0, right. So, 1 by 2 plus 1 which is equal to 3 by 2. This is mu 2 dash, right. So, we have to find out variance. Variance is mu 2 is mu 2 dash minus mu 1 dash square, which is equal to 3 by 2 minus 1 square, which is equal to 1 by 2. This is variance. This is what you are requested to find in this problem. Okay. So, in this session we have dealt with some properties of MGF along with the definition and relationship between moments and moment generating function. This exercise is given for you to work out finding the MGF of a rectangular distribution. As already discussed, rectangular distribution means a uniform distribution with PDF f of x is equal to 1 by a minus b, a less than x less than b is equal to 0 otherwise. Okay. And this exercise is about the probability distribution, x taking value 0, 1, 2, 3, therefore, it is a discrete random variable. You have to find out MGF, also find mean and variance. So, in this session we have dealt with the definition of moment generating function, properties of MGF. We have also done a sum relating the central moments and raw moments. Also some worked out examples are given for you to find MGF of a continuous and discrete random variable. Thank you.